You're crazy with the heat. Credit is no good for a notion salesman.
More!
Why not? What's the matter with credit?
It's old-fashioned. Charlie, you're an anvil salesman. Your firm gives credit?
No, sir.
Nor anybody else.
All aboard!
Cash for the merchandise. Cash for the cotton cuts.
Cash for the cotton goods. Cash for the hard goods.
Cash for the soft goods. Cash for the fancy goods.
Cash for the noggins and the piggins and the Birkins. Cash
Cash for the hogshead, caskin, demijohn. Cash for the crackers and the pickles and the fly paper.
What do you talk? 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 Where do you get it?
You talk, you can talk, you can bicker, you can talk, you can bicker, 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 you can talk, you can talk, you can talk, 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 bicker, 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 you can talk all you want, but it's different than it was.
No, it ain't, but you gotta know the territory.
What's the Model T Ford? Meet the trouble, meet the people, wanna go, wanna get up and go. 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 14, 22, 23 miles to the county seat.
Yes, sir, yes, sir.
Who's gonna patronize a little bitty 2x4 kind of store anymore?
What do you talk? What do you talk? What do you talk?
Got the Model T at all, to your Gathering store, at the modern store, at the present day store, at the present day modern tea farm, that flash grocery store.
What do you talk? What do you talk? What do you talk? Where do you get it? What do you talk? What do you talk? What do you talk? Where do you get it?
You can talk, you can bicker, you can talk, you can bicker, you can talk, 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 bicker, 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 you can talk all you want, but it's different than it was.
No, it ain't, but you gotta know the territory.
Why, to say you need a biscuit with the trouble. You need it for the crackers in a package, in a package. You need a biscuit in an airtight sanitary package. With the Cracker Barrel, obsolete, obsolete.
Obsolete, obsolete, obsolete.
Cracker Barrel went out the window with the milk pot cut plug thrown by the stove. Changed the approach of a traveling salesman, made it pretty hard.
No, it didn't, but you gotta know the territory.
Gone, gone.
God with the hogshead casket, demijohn. God with the sugar barrel, picker barrel, and God with the top and the tail and the ships.
Ever meet a fellow with the name of Hill? Hill? Just a minute. Never heard of any salesman Hill. Now, how's your military?
Brother, brother's line.
Never worries about that.
Where's that slide?
For the Cracker Barrel laying out sleep for the Union to stay. Turn back to the mouth we go.
Just a minute.
Never worries about that.
Never worries about his line.
Nothing. He's just a baby bellowing, big Paul, great go, never on the mirror, never on the bullseye salesman. That's just a paradigm.
Tell us, what's his line? What's his line?
And he doesn't know the territory.
What do you talk? What do you talk? What do you talk? He's a music man.
He's a what? He's a what?
He's a music man. He sells clarinets and the kids in the town, the big trombones and the drums and the big brass bass, and the beautiful shoes, shiny gold braid nothing, and the big red shotgun.
Well, I don't know much about that, but I do know you can make a look at some big trombones and those manly things perhaps. Here, there, these are.
Those bands, bones. I don't know, does it? It looks like a TV. Gallons and bucks and shots. Well, the man dances, certainly boys. What else? The piper pays him. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. When the man dances, certainly boys. What else? The piper pays him. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
But he doesn't know the territory!
River City Junction, River City next station stop. River City Road cross state line into Iowa, population 2,212. Cigarettes illegal in this state.
Bored! All right. If you roll through, I'll tell you about Harold Hill.
You really know Harold Hill?
Never met him before in my life, but I know this much. He's giving every one of us a black eye. After he has worked the town over, the next salesman to arrive automatically gets tarred, feathered, and rode out to the city limits on a rail. You think it's funny? Wait till it happens to you. Your hair never grows back. Because in order to sell band instruments, instruction booklets, and uniforms, he needs a guarantee to teach the kids to play. Well, and form those kids into a band, with himself as the leader.
What's wrong with that?
He doesn't know one note from another. That's what's wrong with that. And doesn't know a bass drum from a pipe organ. I swear when I get my hands on him, I'll squeal on so loud.
Oh, wow, you're mad, Charlie. Sure like to be around when you catch up with that fella.
Well, not in this trip. Not in Iowa. Even the great Professor Harold Hill wouldn't try selling info to Hawkeyes out here. Bored!
Gentlemen, you intrigue me. I think I'll have to give Iowa a try.
Don't believe I caught your name.
Don't believe I dropped it.
dead.
She wouldn't have come anyway.
We can be cold as a falling thermometers in December if you ask about the weather in July. And we're so wide, not summer, we can stand. But you know that for a week at a time, and never say hi to what will give you our shirt and drop back to go with it. If your crop should happen
So what the heck? You're welcome. Glad to have you with us, even though we may not ever mention it.
you really ought to give Iowa, the beautiful temple marches on faces in clear cut days. Ought to give Iowa a try.
Ah, Mr. Squires. I'd be interested in hiring a rig for Sunday if you could accommodate me.
Then I think you ought to see the man in charge of hiring rigs. Who is late as usual?
Why, Greg! Marcellus!
You old son of a gun. But Greg,
Professor Hill's name, Harold Hill.
Greg, why didn't you let me know you was coming?
I didn't know it was myself. Besides, how could I know you would end up in a little tank town like this? You were a pretty big slicker back when you were in business with me.
Too many cliches where you were. Besides, I got me a nice, comfortable girl. Ethel Toffelmeyer, boss's niece.
You're on legitimate, huh? I always knew you'd come to no good.
So what's the new pitch? You're not back in the band business. I heard you in steam automobiles.
I was.
What happened?
Someone actually invented one.
No.
Oh yeah, now give me the lowdown here, Mars.
You'll never get anywhere with these stubborn irons, Greg. Besides, we got a stuck-up music teacher who'll expose you before you get your grip packed.
Male or female?
Music teacher? She's a librarian. Female.
Perfect, that's what I wanted to hear. She passes by, point her out to me.
I will. How are you gonna start the new pitch?
Oh, same as usual. Get that music teacher off balance and get your town out of the serious trouble it's in.
River City isn't in any trouble.
Then enough to create some. I need to make a desperate need for a boys band, you remember. Now what's new around here? What can I use?
Well, nothing. Except the billiards hall, just put it into a pool table.
I've got a pool table here before.
No, only billiards.
Well, that'll do. See you later, Mars. And remember, music teacher.
Music teacher.
Mr. Dunlop.
Yep.
Either you are closing your eyes to a situation you do not wish to acknowledge, or you are unaware of the caliber of disaster indicated by the presence of a pool table in your community. Well, you got trouble, my friend. Oh yes, you got trouble right here in River City. Why sure, I'm a billiard player, certainly mighty proud to say it, always mighty proud to say it. I consider that the hours I spend with the cue in my hand are golden. Help me cultivate horse sense, and a cool head, and a keen eye. Have you ever taken try to give an ironclad lead to yourself from a three-railed billiard shot? Well, just as I say it takes judgment, brains, and maturity to score in a blind game, I say that any boob can take and shove a ball in a pocket. I call that slump. Perfect step on the road to the depths of dagger day, I say first. But it's no line from a teaspoon then, beer from a bottle. And the next thing you know, your son is playing for money in a pinchback suit. And listening to some big out-of-town Jasper here to tell about horse race gambling. That wholesome trot race, no but a race where they set down right on the horse. Then to see some stuck-up jockey boy setting on Dan Patch, make your blood boil, well I should say. Well friends, let me tell you what I mean. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pockets on the table. Pockets that mark the difference between a gentleman and a bum with a capital B and that rhymes with P and that stands for pool. And all week long your River City youths be frittering. I said your young men will be frittering. Frittering away their noontime, suppertime, chore time too. Get the ball in the pocket, never mind getting dandelions pulled in the street, your patch to the beefsteak counted. Never mind pumping in heavy water till your parents are caught with a cistern empty on a Saturday night. And that's trouble. Oh yes, you got lots and lots of trouble. I'm talking about the kids in the Knickerbocker, shirt till the young ones, peeking in the pool hall window after school. You got trouble, folks. But right here in River City, trouble with a capital T that rhymes with P that stands for pool. Now, I know all your folks are the right kind of parents. I'm gonna be perfectly frank. Would you like to know what kind of conversation goes on while they're loafing around that hall? They're trying out Bebo, trying out Cubats, trying out tailor-made like cigarette fiends, and bragging all about how they're gonna cover up their telltale breath with sense. And one fine night, they'll leave the pool hall heading for the dance, the armory, libertine men, scarlet women, and ragtime. Shameless music, now grab your son, your daughter, in the arms of the jungle, animal instinct, mass hysteria. Friends, the idle brain is the devil's playground trouble. Right here in River City. With a capital T that rhymes with P that stands for pool. We surely got trouble. Right here in River City. Gotta figure out a way to keep the young ones moral after school. Mothers of River City, heed the warning signs before it's too late. Watch for the telltale signs of corruption. When your son leaves the house, does he rebuckle his knickerbockers below the knee? Is there a nicotine stain on his index finger? A dime now hidden in the corn crib? Or certain words creaking into his conversation? Words like, swell! And so's your old man! Oh, well, so, my friends, you got trouble! Right here in River City. With a capital T that rhymes with P and that stands for pool. Oh, we surely got trouble. Right here in River City. Remember the main Plymouth Rock and the Golden Rule. Oh, we got trouble. We're in terrible, terrible trouble. That game with the 15 number calls the devil's tool. Oh, yes, we got trouble, trouble, trouble. With a T. That rhymes with P. And that stands for pool. Did you drop your...
No,
Didn't I meet you in...
no,
I don't suppose you live alone or anything.
no. That your daughter? Yes, Mama. Keep on the umbrellas. I'll be there in a minute. Hello, Mama. Keep on umbrellas. Now your exercises. I don't remember the library being open on 4th of July. It was. All evening, Mama. Mama, a strange man has been following me all over town. Oh? Who? I never saw him before. Did he say anything? He tried. Did you say anything? Mama, of course not. Don't dawdle, Amaryllis. So, do, la, re, ti, mi, a little slower, and please keep the fingers curved as nice and gentle as you possibly can. Don't get faster, dear.
If you don't mind my saying so, what if I did find out what the gentleman wanted?
I know what the gentleman wanted.
What, dear?
You'll find it in Balzac.
Excuse me for living, but I've never read it.
Neither does anyone else in this town.
There you go again with that same old comment about the low mentality of River City people and taking it all too much to heart.
Now, Mama, as long as the Madison Public Library was entrusted to me for the purpose of improving River City's cultural level, I can't help my concern that the ladies of River City keep ignoring all my counsel and advice.
But darling, when a woman's got a husband and you've got none, why should she take advice from you? Even if you can't quote balls, I can Shakespeare and all them other highfalutin Greeks.
Now, Mama, you don't mind my saying so. You have a bad habit of changing every subject.
No, I haven't changed the subject. I was talking about that stranger.
What stranger?
The suitcase that may be a very last chance.
Mama, do you think that I'd allow a common masher? Now, really, Mama, I play standards where men are concerned, and I have no intentions.
I know all about your standards, and if you don't mind my saying so, there's not a man alive who could hope to measure up to that blend of Paul Bunyan, St. Patton, Noah Butcher you've concocted for yourself. And your Irish imagination, your stubbornness, and your library full of books.
Well, that isn't the best I've ever heard.
Thank you. Can I have a drink, please? May I have a drink, please?
Yes, dear.
Look, it's after dark. Is that who I talk into the house?
Hello.
I'll have a kiss from you, boy. The lady over there, she's a young man.
Hello, Winthrop.
Winthrop, where are your manners?
I'm having a party on Saturday. Will you please come? I would especially like it very much if you'd come. Winthrop?
Well, Winthrop, Amaryllis asked you for a party. Are you going or aren't you?
No.
No, what?
No, thank you.
You know the little girl's name.
He won't say Amaryllis because of the S. Because of his lisp. He's ashamed.
We all know about this list, Amaryllis. Well, Winthrop?
I'll bet he won't say it. No, thank you, Amaryllis. Amaryllis? Amaryllis? He's crying. Why does he get so mad at people just because he lisps?
It's not just because he lisps, Amaryllis. That's only part of it.
What's the other part?
Never mind, dear. It's just that he never talks very much.
Not even to you and your mother?
No, dear. We all have to be a little patient.
I'm patient. Even though he doesn't ever talk to me, I do him. Every night on the Evening Star. You have to do it the second you see it too, or it doesn't count. Good night, my Winthrop. Good night. Sleep tight.
Oh, there, darling. Don't cry. You have lots of time. If not Winthrop, there'll be someone else.
Never on an old maid like you. I'm sorry, Miss Marion. Can I play my crosshand piece? May I play my crosshand piece?
May.
See, without a sweetheart, you have no one to say goodnight to on the Evening Star.
Yes, dear, but for now, just say goodnight, my someone. You can put the name in when the right someone comes along.
All right, it's better than nothing.
Yes, it is. Now you can play your crosshand piece.
Now I may play my crosshand piece.
Good night, my someone. Good night, my love. Sleep tight, my someone.
my wife, you ladies, be taking shit for leading in the singing. As mayor of River City, I welcome you river citizens to the indoor 4th of July exercises. Here at Madison Gymnasium, I count the weather. 4 score. The school board will now present a patriotic tableau. Oh, the school board will not present a patriotic tableau. Some disagreement about costumes, I suppose. Instead, the Watan Yi girls from local wigwam of Hiawatha will present a spectacle my way, in which my wife, Lily Tiffany Shin, will take a leading part.
I will now count to 20 in the native tongue. In, teen, cover, feather, fit.
Who set off that tiger?
I know it did it. Tommy Giles did it. Tommy Giles did it.
Yes, it was Tommy Giles.
Oh, jeez, I wouldn't leave twice. Mrs. Shin will recover. No thanks to a certain young hooligan who is a disgrace to our city. 4 score. Haynes Fireworks Spectacle. Last day of Poppy Eye will take place provided the rain stops by 9:30. It'll be up to Madison Picnic Park across the creek from the pest house.
How can it be raining? Didn't the Gazette predict bear?
Sure did, you, and that's why we all prepared for the storm.
The Gazette is accurate most of the time, as you know it, JC.
You ain't getting very far as making business be that most of the time.
Now, let's
No,
take
just
a
order.
Looks like number 8's late tonight.
I make her early.
She's late, all right.
She's right on time. What's the matter with your watch?
Now it's just
Would you members of the school board stop bickering in public? Well, they said... Never mind! 4 score and
I heard
7...
there's a pool table in town.
Yeah, that's right.
Now, just a minute.
Well, is there a pool table or isn't there?
Will you let me get with the exercises?
We don't want to hear about no exercises until we get this pool table matter settled.
Let's protect our children.
Yeah.
Resist sin and corruption.
Yeah.
Smite that devil and keep our young boys pure. Friends, may I have your attention, please? Attention, please. I can deal with this troubled friends with the wave of my hand, this very hand. Please observe me if you will. I'm Professor Harold Hill, and I'm here to organize River City Boys Band. Oh, think my friends, how can any pool table ever hope to compete with a gold trombone? Ra-da, ra-da-da-da-da, ra-da. Remember, my friends, what a handful of trumpet players did to the famous fabled walls of Jericho. Those billiard parlor walls come a-tumbling down. Oh, a band will do it, my friends. Oh, yes, I said a boys' band. Do you hear me? I said River City's gonna have her boys' band, and I mean she needs it today. Well, Professor Harold Hill's on hand. River City's gonna have her boys' band. As sure as the Lord made little green apples, and that band's gonna be uniform. Johnny, Willie, Teddy, Fred. See the glitter of crashing cymbals, the thunder of rolling drums, the shimmer of trumpets. Tan-ta-da! It feels like a candy electric thrill I once felt when Gilmore, Liberati, Pat Conway, the great creator, W.C. Handy, and John Philip Sousa all came to town on the very same historic day. 76 trombones led the big parade, with 110 cornets close at hand. They were followed by rows and rows of the finest virtuosos, the cream of every famous band. 76 trombones caught the morning sun, with 110 cornets right behind. There were more than 1,000 reeds springing up like weeds. There were horns of every shape and kind. There were copper pot and timpani and horse platoons, thundering, thundering all along the way. Double bell euphoniums and big bassoons, each bassoon having its big fat say. There were 50 mounted cannon in the battery, thundering, thundering louder than before. Clarinets of every size and trumpeters who'd improvise a full octave higher than the sky.
This calls for immediate action. That man's a spellbinder. I have denied when people get so worked up since Frank Gotch and Strangler Lewis laying the mat for 3.5 hours without moving a muscle and... Never mind, I want his credentials. Grab that Romeo and blow his shin!
Thank you, Professor. I'll give you an example. Ringleader, you know, he does the gang.
Jilly Klein, let me go! You wild kid, ya. Tagging after my oldest girl. His father's one of them day laborers in south of town. You wild kid, ya. Saw him tagging after my oldest girl down Main Street last Sunday.
I wasn't either tagging.
Don't you contradict me!
We was just walking together, Julie Klein.
You watch your phraseology. I know what you was doing, my little Gracie Senior. Now you stay away from my oldest girl, or you'll hear from me to who laid the rails. Hill, I'll talk to her at City Hall about this band. It's 10 o'clock sharp. Then I want that spellman's credentials.
Constable, I'll be responsible for the boy. You don't know this kid. He's rough. He's got his gang outside. Oh, I'll be careful. Tommy, I'd like to talk to you about the band.
Oh, gee, Professor, that's for little kids.
Well, I'm not talking about you being in the band. You're mechanically minded, aren't you? Ever tried anything with perpetual motion?
Nearly had it a couple times.
You did? Well, then you're my man. Did you know that nobody has ever invented a music holder for a marching piccolo player? There's just no place to hang the music.
Gee, I wonder where you get some wire from.
Look in your cellar. That's where people keep wire. Oh, and Tommy.
Yes, sir.
Now, Constable, I'll show you how to break up a gang. Oh, young lady. Oh, miss. What's your name?
Yeah, I didn't have any idea you was beckoning to me. Huh?
Anita, do you know Tommy Gillis?
Well,
Tommy, this is Anita. Escort the young lady home.
only exception I'm not going home. I have to go to the library. Nuts.
Escort the young lady home by way of the library. I wait in the candy kitchen.
Yes, sir. Do I have to?
You have to.
Because
Professor, you're a bright young fellow. You made a few mistakes, though. Oh, Mary. Oh, no, it's my other mistake. That's Anita. That's the mayor's oldest girl.
We'd like to have your credentials for the school board.
Nothing of the kind.
We need letters and paper. Make him put up a bond.
Now, just a minute. What am I hearing? Say ice cream.
Ice cream, but I don't sing them.
Talk then. Down here.
Ice cream,
Talk slow.
ice cream.
You see, singing is only sustained talking. Now you. Ice cream. Now you. Right here. Now you, sir. Now, ladies, you'll never see one of those men without the other three.
Oh, Professor, you're wrong. Why, they've hated each other for 15 years now.
Ice cream, ice cream, ice cream.
How can there be any
Sit, are three sincerely in love?
I'll only be in town a short while.
Good.
We'll have some wonderful caramels over the hotel if you'd like to stop by.
Mr. Hill.
Professor Hill.
Professor of what? At what college do they give a degree for annoying women on the streets like a Saturday night rowdy at a public dance hall?
Well, I wouldn't know about that. I'm a conservatory man myself. Gary, Indiana, gold medal class of Odd 5.
Even should that happen to be true, does that give you the right to follow me around wherever I go? Another thing, Mr. Hill, I'm not as easily mesmerized or hoodwinked as some people in this town, and I think it only fair to warn you that I have a shelf full of reference books in there that may very well give me some interesting information about you.
Hey, Greg. Shh, don't call me Greg.
How'd you make out with the music teacher?
Scrumptious. Ate out of my hand the moment I tipped my hat.
She did. Boy, did you could have swathed that one tonight. For a moment, I should thought you knew something about leading the band. Like when you used to imitate that band fella back from Joplin.
Oh, but that's kid stuff. I'm in rare form nowadays. Just watch me for the next 4 weeks.
4 weeks. It used to only take 10 days for the band instruments to arrive.
Still does. Takes 4 weeks for the uniforms.
You didn't have uniforms.
Uniforms and instruction books.
Instruction books? But Greg, you can't pass yourself off as a music teacher, not for any 4 weeks.
Mars.
You don't know one note from another.
I have this revolutionary new method called the think system. You don't even have to bother with the notes.
Greg, in 4 weeks, the parents, they'll want to hear music. You'll have to lead a band.
But when the uniforms arrive, they'll forget everything. Just long enough for me to collect and leave. This is a refined operation, son. Time down to the last drive of the brakeman's hand on the last train out of the town. Now, if you'll excuse me.
Gonna line yourself up with a little canoodling, huh?
Well,
Say, I could set you up with Ethel's sister. Lovely girl. Teaches Sunday school.
oh no, why that wholesome innocent your Sunday school teacher for me? That kind of gal spins perhaps no spider ever. Now listen, boy. A girl who wants to trade all that purity really wants to trade your independence for her security. The only affirmative she will file refers to marching down the aisle. No golden, glorious, gleaming, pristine goddess. No, sir, for no Diana do I play fawn. I can tell you that right now. I snarl, I hiss. How can ignorance be compared to bliss? I spark, I fizz. For the lady who knows what time it is, I cheer and I rave. For the virtue I'm too late to save. The sadder but wiser girl for me. No bright-eyed, blushing, breathless baby doll baby. No, sir, that kind of child who ties knots no sailor ever knew. I prefer to take a chance on a more adult romance. No, do a young miss who keeps resisting. All the time she keeps insisting. No wide-eyed, wholesome, innocent female. No, sir, why she's the fisherman, I'm the fish you see. Blah. I flinch, I shy. When the last of the delicate air goes by, I smile, I grin. When the gal with a touch of sin walks in, I hope and I pray for Hester to win just one more egg. The sadder but wiser girl's the girl for me. The sadder but wiser girl for me.
Professor Hill, we're all agog, simply agog. You see, we're all so excited about that. I'm Ethel Toppenmeyer, the piano girl.
And this is Mrs. Squires, and this is Mrs. Hicks. And this is Eulalie Technician, our mayor's wife. Isn't it exciting, Eulalie?
Oh, I couldn't say. I could not say. At this time, I could not say. My husband wished to investigate, I'm sure. And as for me, I'm reticent. Oh yes, I'm reticent.
Of course, Mrs. Shin, I understand, but you see, part of my plans for the band include a committee on classic. Mrs. Shin, do that again! Your foot, the way you moved it just now.
Oh, I have a buddy in there that
Oh,
follows.
what grace! What expression of line and movement, what flow of rhythm!
Mr. Hill.
Oh, Mrs. Shin, you must accept the chairmanship for the ladies' auxiliary for the classic dance. Mustn't she, ladies?
Oh, yes, please.
Oh, Mrs. Shin, every move you make bespeaks Del Art. Will you, Mrs. Shin?
I really the technician. Well, dancing well?
Then you will?
Yes, indeed. And I would like
Oh,
to
thank
say...
you. And that young lady who plays the piano. Marion Prue, I believe. After all, she is the librarian.
Pick a little top, pick a little top, little chip, 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 pick a little, pick a little top, pick a little top, little chip, 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 pick a little, pick a little top, pick a little top, little chip, 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 pick a little, pick a little top, pick a little top, chip, 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 pick a little top, pick a little top, chip, 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 pick a little, pick a little top, pick a little top, chip, dirty books.
Dirty books?
Pick a little top, pick a little top, chip, 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 pick a little, pick a little top, pick a little top, chip, 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 and the worst thing, pick a little top, tell this no, pick a little top, come here, chip, 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 pick a little top. All down. She may brazen overtures to a man who never had a friend in this town until she came here. Oh, my Madison.
Miser Madison. Madison Gymnasium, Madison Public Park, Madison Hospital, that Miser Madison?
Exactly. Who do you think he was, anyway?
Well, I should say, show off. He had the tunnel library too, didn't he?
Well, that's just the thing. He left the library to the city, but he left all the books to her.
She was seen going and coming from his place. Oh yes, that woman made brazen overtures. With guilty fear and talking, she really left her out in the silver chasing her rain. Just melt her down and people will feel a lump of lead as cold as steel here. Her woman's heart. He left River City, the library building, but he left all the books to her. Chaucer.
Of course. I do meet up my hotel. Good night, ladies. Good night, ladies. Good night, ladies. Good night, ladies. We're going to heal now. Farewell, ladies. Farewell, ladies. Farewell, ladies. We're going to Libya It's all right. I know everything, and it doesn't make any difference.
What are you talking about?
You're probably very young, and anybody can make a mistake.
What?
No apologies, no explanations, please. I'll only be in town a short while, and the sadder the wiser girl for me.
Would you please make your selection and leave?
Oh, I have.
Well, what do you want to take out?
The librarian.
Wait, please.
The librarian. Now listen, Marion. Look. Marion. Marbles, 8 Aggies, 6 Steelies, a dozen Kiwis, and 1 big glass with an American flag in the middle. I think I'll drop them.
No!
Madam Librarian. What can I do in here to tell you, dear? I love you madly, madly, Madam Librarian. Marion, heaven help us if the library caught on fire and the volunteer hose brigade men had to whisper the news to Marion. Madam Librarian. What can I say, my dear, to tell you, dear? I need you badly, badly, Madam Librarian. Marion, if I stumbled and I busted my, whatchamacallit, I could lie in your floor unnoticed till my body had turned to carrion. Madam Librarian. Now in the moonlight, a man could sing it. In the moonlight. And a fellow would know that his darling had heard every word of his song. With the moonlight helping along. But when I try in here to tell Madam Librarian, Marion, it's a long lost cause I could never win. But the civilized world accepts as unforgivable sin. And he's talking out loud with any librarian, such as Marion Marshmallow. Madam Librarian. Well, Tommy, we've had a pretty good day. 11 sales out of a dozen tries. I'll tell you what. You at home, get some supper? I'll try a couple on my own. Bye, Professor. Thanks, Tommy.
Just a minute, are you soliciting? You haven't got a license.
Oh, no, you see, I collect doorbells, and this particular specimen has an interesting tone.
Why would not avail you? Soliciting is statutory in this county. Malfeasance without a permit. Why haven't you been down to City Hall with your references?
Well, I must have just missed you. Mr. Mayor, your hand, oh no!
What? What is it?
That spread of the little finger, why, it's hereditary.
It is? What does that mean?
It means that your son's little finger is perfectly situated opposite the spit valve on a B-flat flugelhorn.
Is that good?
Good. It means that America has finally produced an artist capable of fluting the minute waltz in 50 seconds.
How can I get one of these horns?
Sign right here, Mr. Mayor, that'll be $17 import fee.
And just to think I could have missed this song. Wait just a minute, I haven't got any son! You unscrupulous! You flew by night, you unfolliculous! You better be out of City Hall with your by God references by 3 o'clock!
You mean this afternoon?
I couldn't be plainer if I was a Quaker on his day off.
Characteristics of a cornet virtuoso?
I don't know if I understand you entirely, Professor.
Well, if your son has that same jawline and those splendid cheek muscles, by George, not that he could ever be truly great, you understand, but...
And in the name of St. Bridget, why not?
Well, you see, all the really great cornet players, well, they were Irish. O'Clark, O'Mendez, O'Klein.
But Professor, we're Irish.
No, really. Well, you see, that clinches it. Your son was born to play the cornet. That'll be $7 honest money. Oh, and of course, I need the boy's measurements for his uniform.
His uniform?
Hello, son? And yes, his uniform, which gives him 4 weeks to anticipate, to dream and to imagine at no cost whatsoever. Never allow the demands of today to interfere with the joys and excitement of tomorrow.
But have
A stripe? Why, certainly, my boy, a wide gold stripe on each side. How does that sound?
You'll have to excuse Winthrop, Professor. We can't get him to say 3 words a day in class. But if you can get him to play in the band, he'll say it Michael's own way. But if anybody can do it, I'd pick you. I'd require to pick you for a hood-carrying, clay-pipe smoking, shamrock-wearing, Mavenir-pinching, Terrace Hall, minstrel singing Irishman, B-gob and B-gabbers. Where are you from, me by?
Gary, Indiana.
I knew it, Where did you say again?
Gary, Indiana, in fact. Gary Conservatory was my alma mater.
Was she now?
Oh, yes. Gold medal class of '05. How do you do, Miss Peru?
how to do, Mr. Hill?
I've tried to see you since the other night.
He wants to put Winthrop in the band.
We're not interested, Mama.
But Marion, he does have my jaw, you know. He could have his father's musical gift.
Was Father musical? Well, I'll have to talk to him.
Do you burst in on everyone's home like this? Prying into personal affairs? We're not interested.
Well, that's 1 for and 1 against. Why not let the boy's father decide?
The boy's father is dead. Anything else?
Oh, I'm sorry, but it's all the more reason for Winthrop to have something like this.
My brother's a 10-year-old problem child who can't understand why his father was taken away from him. Would you care to explain it to him? He's been brooding about it for 2 years now. And as for your musical tricks, why don't you go into business with some nice carnival man who sells gold-painted watches and glass diamond rings?
Musical tricks, why, I hardly think they can be. Oh, I get the sense that she likes the idea. A bit cautious, perhaps. But I admire that in a woman. Just keep me alive and I'll be back later in the week.
Professor, about the boy's uniform. I make all his notes. Waist 18, crouch 24, sleeve 14.
Thank you.
Professor, you'll have to excuse Marion. She's not really...
Oh, I'm sure that at heart she's as lovely as yourself. Good evening, Widow Prue.
Has he gone?
He has, and I hope not forever. Darling, do you ever think of your future? Garrett Conservatory, gold medal class of 5. Now, darling.
Now, Mama, surely a girl's future doesn't depend on encouraging every fast-talking, self-centered, woman-chasing traveling man that comes to town. As for the fact that he claims his commodity is music does not, in this particular case, impress me.
All right, darling, but only it's a well-known principle that if you keep the flint in one drawer and steel in another, you'll never start much of a fire.
Mama! Winthrop? Winthrop, I know you're there. Please go to the library and ask Miss Grubb to give you the book I set aside. It's the Indiana State Educational Journal, 1890 to 1910. It's a large brown volume with black corners. Do I have to? You don't have to talk to anyone. I've written it all down. Dear,
What you up to now? Why do you need books at this hour of the night?
I was hoping the Indiana Journal would help me poke some large holes in the professor's claims.
I give up, darling. At your age, what kind of fortnight do you expect to come riding along?
Oh, I'm not going to wait for Luther Brenner, who backs me into the ancient history shelf every time he comes to the library.
He does?
Or Ed Damage in that buggy of his with the removable back seat. And I'm not going to wait for a man in shiny white armor either. White night, not a land so hot, nor an angel with wings, just someone to love me, who is not ashamed of a few nice things. White night, what my heart would say if it only knew how. Please, dear Venus, show me all I want is a plain man. All I want is a modest man, a quiet man, a gentle man, a straightforward and honest man to sit with me in a cottage somewhere in the state of Iowa, and I would like him to be more interested in me than he is himself, and more interested in us than in me. And if occasionally he'd ponder what makes Shakespeare and Beethoven great, whom I could love till I die, whom I could love till I die. My white knight, not a handsome lot, nor an angel with wings, just someone to love me, who is not ashamed of a few nice things. My white knight, let me walk with him while the others ride by. Walk and love him till I die. Meet you where?
The footbridge.
The footbridge? Now isn't that just what I said? Last week the lumberyard and this week the footbridge. And where will I meet you next? In the black hole of Calcutta? He gods.
Just wanted to show you my invention.
What invention?
My music holder for marching piccolo player. See, it sells a few minor flaws. When you actually tighten it up enough to hold music, it cuts off circulation, can't feel your fingers, and meanwhile it might go on.
Tommy, it's Papa.
Is that the first thing I said, or isn't it?
Yes, George.
Yes, the first thing I said, or I'll eat hay with the horses. Get that spellbinding credentials, I said. Morning of July 4th, 1910. And now look, my wife is off dancing and ending all hours of the day instead of in the home.
But George.
The school board is sitting up street and down alley. My daughter is moving with some kid from south of town, and my business is falling so far off I can't find the balance sheet.
I found something very interesting. What about Professor Hill's alma mater?
His who?
His university?
Oh, I've heard all about that. In fact, that's the only thing I could get out of during conservatory class walk by.
If you'll just take some time to read about the conservatory, I'm sure you won't have to look any further.
Papa, the Wells Fargo, I can just go for the depot!
The Wells Fargo wagon. At this hour of the day, I'll like it. The Wells Fargo wagon!
It can be the banishment!
And once I got some grapefruit from Tip-Top.
Montgomery Ward sent me a bathtub and across I saw the Wells Fargo wagon is a and now is in the briefcase of privacy of
More dishes.
Oh, it could be.
Yes, it could be, yes, you're right, it truly could be
Something special.
something very, very special now.
Just for me.
Oh, how the Wells Fargo wagon is a coming down the street, oh, don't let it pass my door. Oh, the Wells Fargo wagon is a coming down the street, I wish I knew what he was coming for.
I got some salmon from Seattle and some pepper. And I expect a new rocking chair.
I hope I get my raisins from Fresno.
But the AR have sent a cannon for the courthouse square.
Oh, the Wells Fargo wagon is a home, and now I don't know how I could ever win to be. It could be something for someone to enjoy, or it could be something special, just for me.
Here you are, Winthrop.
My cornet, G-Day, Professor.
Men, you will each receive individual instruction in due time. Until then, stay off the streets and think the minuet in G. La-di-da-di-da-di-da-di-da, la-di-da, la-di-da.
I never thought I'd see anything as scrumptious as this scrumptious old thing. Oh, sister!
Round one goes to you, Mr. Hill, but I better hear some by God tootin' out of them horns in pretty short order, or I'll sue in front of the grand jury or the county seat. Now, Miss Marion, about that book.
Come, George, Tempest fugitive.
You watch your phraseology. You go on ahead if you want. I've got to get some from the librarian. Now about that book.
The ladies' dance committee meets Tuesday nights at the high school.
make me tell you again. Keep your faces towards the audience. All right, Mr. Dunlop.
It's you in the sunrise, it's you in my love.
It's you all the way into town.
It's your sweet hello dear that sets me up. And it's your got to go dear that gets me down. It's you on my pillow in all of my dreams. Till once for the morning breaks through. What words could be saner or truer or plainer than it's you? It's you.
Smile, girl, smile.
Yes, it's you. Please, kids, Mrs. Shin will have my head.
Mr. Washburn, you're entitled to 5 more minutes.
If you think you can hold him, go ahead. Start it up, Mr. Washburn. Wait till you see the news Professor Hill does. All right, what'll it be? The Shapoopy! The Now, a woman who kissed on the very first date is usually a hussy. And a woman who kissed on the second time out is anything but fussy. But a woman who waited till the third time around, head in the clouds, feet on the ground, she's a girl he's glad he's found. She says, Shapoopy, 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 Shapoopy.
The girl is right again.
Shapoopy, Shapoopy, Shapoopy.
But you kept him again.
Well, you walk her once, just raise the curtain, then you walk around twice just to make for certain. Once more, the flower garden, you never get so if you beg her pardon. Squeeze her once when she isn't looking, to get us back, fancy cooking. Pour for a pepper rubber, she never gets so on her way to supper. Now Willow South is no gal, as anyone can see. Look at her now, she's a go-gal, who only goes for me. Squeeze her once when she isn't looking, and to get us back, that's fancy cooking. Once more for a pepper rubber, she never gets so on her way to supper. Shapoopy, Shapoopy, Shapoopy. Shapoopy, Shapoopy, Shapoopy.
Why, you...
Rather do it in front of your back. But,
Do what? Never mind.
look, Zanita scared you, but I'm not. I hate to think you want to have your own daughter scared you, and she needs to lie.
I'm going to warn you one more time. If I ever catch you touching her again, I'll, by God, horse whip you till hell won't have again!
Now, George,
sir. Not one poop out of you, madam.
I think he means Pete.
Yes. And now get out of this public building.
I was as much right in a public building as anybody.
Right! What right do you have? Aiding and abetting the swindling activities that spellbinding symbol salesmen. Do you know what I see written all over you? Reform school. Now get out! Get out, you wild kid!
Papa, please. It's capitals like you that make blood in the marketplace. Be God!
You watch your phrase out to your woman. Go home! You, Laylee,
Yes, George, I
you
will
attend
be-
your dance.
My dance.
I'll take care of Zanita taking up the kids from the wrong side of town.
Mayor Shin, if I could just make you understand.
Well, you can't. And thanks for nothing, by the way. I've read that book you gave me cover to cover for a week now and haven't got a thing.
Mr. Mayor, if you please.
I also have your access so they get these premises off my oldest girl.
Well, in the meantime, I'll have you know that I'm vouching for Tommy Gilas. That boy's got the confidence of every kid in town. By the time our band plays its first concert, you'll be waiting in line to shake his hand.
By the time your band plays its first concert, the individual members like the foregathered in wheelchairs and kind of broken legs they'll see from tripping over their beards. And now I'll tell you something, my fine feathered, fine young, fine feathered. Never mind. You are Jesse Oliver Owen. I want his credentials and I want them tonight. Don't let him out of your sight. He's slicker than a Mississippi sturgeon.
You want us to get his credentials?
Get his papers or get him in jail. I couldn't be clear if I was a button hook in the well water.
Professor Hill, I think Mayor Shin has behaved abominably, and I found it wonderful of you for coming to Tommy's defense.
Oh, it was nothing.
Yes, it was.
Oh, well, what does the poet say? The coward dies 1,000 deaths, the brave man only 500. Well, anyways, the mayor was already pretty mad at me on account of the billiard parlor. And I suppose a recommendation from a musical authority such as yourself would go a long way, but I couldn't think of asking you to do a thing like that.
Oh, why, Professor?
Then you would?
I'd be glad to. I just wish I was a little more informed. I've been meaning to ask you about Winthrop's cornet.
This cornet, mother of pearl keys.
I'm sure it's fine. It's just, you see, he never touches it. Oh, the first week or so made a few, experimental blats, I guess you'd say.
Blats, yes.
And he sings the minuet and dee-da-da almost constantly.
La-di-da-di-da-di-da-di-da, la-di-da.
But he never touches the cornet.
Well, you see.
He says you told him it wasn't necessary.
Well.
He tells me about some think system. If he thinks the minuet and G, he won't have to bother with notes. Now, Professor,
Miss Marion, the think system is a revolutionary new idea, I'll admit, but so is Galileo's conception of the heavens, Columbus's conception of the egg, the globe, Bach's conception of the well-tempered clapboard. Now, I cannot discuss such things here in public, but if you'd allow me to call, when may I call?
why didn't you make this week?
We know that you will soon unfold a forgiving heart of purest gold here, where woman's heart should be. Fairy princess, explore, golden thunder, silver shoes, now unfold, heart of gold, here where woman's heart should be. The professor told us to read those books, and we simply adore them all. Chaucer, pick a little more, pick a little, talk a little riddles. Cheep, 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 pick a little, talk a little, cheep.
Sorry, Professor, we got our orders.
We all been deputized.
Oh yes, congratulations. Now, let's see. I've been trying to give you gentlemen my references now for a whole week. You always seem to get off the topic. Now, I've just been up in my room. It'll take me a sec.
Sorry, Right off, go along with you.
Oh, then, let me see if I have my key. What's this? Why, it's a testimonial from Madame Rini, the only female bassoon player to ever tour the Red Path Circuit. That was just her stage name. She was from Molina, actually. Lyda Rose Quackenbush.
Right, see that for a minute?
Oh, you'll never forget the name. Lyda Rose, like that old song. Lyda Rose, I'm home again, Rose.
To get the sun back in the sky. Lyda Rose, I'm home again, Rose, about 1,000 kisses shy. Ding dong ding, I can hear the chapel bell chime. Ding dong ding, at the least suggestion, I'll pop the question. Lyda Rose, I'm home again, Rose, without a sweetheart to my name. Lyda Rose, now everyone knows that I am hoping you're the same. So here is my love song, not fancy or mine. Lyda Rose, oh, won't you be mine? Lyda Rose, oh, Lyda Rose, oh, Lyda Rose.
Dream of now, dream of then, dream of that might have been. Do I love you? Oh yes, I love you, and I'll bravely tell you, but only when we dream again. Sweet and low, sweet and low, how sweet that memory of love forever. Oh yes, forever. I have to tell you, dream of now,
Forget the sun that
dream of then, dream of that night have been. I love you. Oh yes, I love you.
the chapel bell chime.
But only when
Suggestion, I'll pop the question. Lyda Rose, home again, without a sweetheart to my name. Lyda Rose, everyone knows that I'm hoping for the same. So here's my love song, not fancy or Lyda Rose, won't you be mine? Lyda Rose, oh, Lyda Rose, oh, Lyda
Will you ever tell him? Or won't you ever tell him? Yes, no, fiddlesticks. Just open your mouth and let the words come. Now, Mama. No, nothing. If he ever comes to call again, you see him alone. And if you haven't the gumption to tell him how you feel. Tell him? Well, there's nothing wrong with a ladylike hint. Mama! Winthrop, where have you been? Fishing with Harold.
You mean Professor Hill?
Indiana, Paris, Indiana. Gary, Indiana, Gary, Indiana, Gary, Indiana, my home sweet home. I'll be back in a minute. I have to show on the roll for a live frog. La-di-da-di-da, la-di-da, la-di-da.
Shouldn't live around here somewhere.
The Shin home is on East Elm. This is West Elm.
Aw, criminy. I see the piano teacher in town. Must know about this fellow Hill of one of the boys' band here.
Yes?
Well, don't you worry, no more. I got the goods on him in spades. Swindling two bitch double worker. That's why I got to see Shin. I'm only passing through. Number 8 only makes a 15-minute march. Wish was 20. Sure, like to concentrate 5 minutes on you, curly girl.
Who are you?
Name's Charlie Cowell. Anvil salesman. But now I'm about to protect the good name of the traveling fraternity from this swindler.
Mr. Cowell, I think you're making a big mistake.
Mistake, my old lady's corsets cover. That man's been the raspberry seed in my wisdom tooth for long enough. He's spoiled Illinois for me, and he's not going to spoil Iowa. Say, what kind of music teacher are you didn't see through him? He's no more professor.
I know all about that. Band leaders are always called professor. It's a harmless deception. He's a fine director and scholastic.
Oh, wait a minute. Fine director. Have you ever won on a music in the band?
No, but
Not the girly girl. That man has never won a band in his life, and he never will.
if you'll just listen to me for a minute.
I like to do more than that by the time. I sure got the inclination. But now I gotta catch the train and leave this dynamite. I'll wait for you. Bye, girly girl. See you next time through.
You'll never get the train at the depot. You'll have to catch it at the crossing.
No can't do, girly girl. Gotta leave word to someone, and I can see you ain't one to leave a twin.
Just a minute, Mr. Cowell. You don't know me yet.
Is that an invitation?
No, I just mean I don't know you, and
Yes, but I need more time anyway.
I mean, as well as I'd like to.
No trouble there, girly girl.
I never met a man who sells anvils before. That's something, well, quite different.
Takes a real salesman, I can tell you that. Anvils have nothing to deal, you know. What am I doing? I missed the train and I'll probably lose my job. I gotta leave word about that fellow Hill.
Leave word with me.
Not on your tin type. How do I know I can trust you?
Try me. There's your train now. Run for it.
Why, you double-dealing little... Who do you think you're protecting? That man has got a girl in every county in Illinois, and is taking it from every one of them. And that's 102 calories! That kind of little piano teacher like you, he kills himself to just keep their mouths shut. Neither one of you is as honest as me, girly girl!
Good evening, Miss Marion.
Marion! Mary! Who are you talking to just... Why, Professor Hill?
Miss Marion.
Why don't you and Mary come up and set? I've got some jelly on the stove.
There's no jelly on the stove, Mama.
Well, I'll put some on.
Shall we sit down, as your mother said?
Well,
You did ask me to call.
Did I? I didn't mean anything.
I wasn't suggesting your invitation inferred anything but academic enlightenment. The think system. I've been by your house to try to explain it a time or two this week, but always seem to be people about, mostly ladies, I thought.
Yes, Mrs. Squires and several of the ladies.
Well, I'm glad. Couldn't want anybody beating my time. Well, it's evidently not convenient that I'll see what's sociable later.
Professor Hill, is it true that you've had 100? What I'm trying to say is, have you really developed a think system?
A what? A think system? It's really very simple, as whistling. Nobody has to show you how to use your lips and whistling. You need only think it to have it come out clearly here. Now try this before you ask any questions.
I take your word.
Shall we sit down?
Are all music teachers as dense as I am?
All music teachers?
I dare say you've met dozens, even 100.
Well, I really couldn't say.
Have they all been as fascinated as I have with the think system?
Some more, some less. One young lady even invented a similar system before I came to her town. Showed me a few refinements.
Oh, I see.
Have I said something wrong?
No, please don't let me keep you too much longer. I must be very dull company for a man of your experience.
Now say, where'd you get an idea like that?
One hears rumors of traveling salesmen.
Well, one mustn't believe everything they hear, after all. One hears rumors about librarians.
I suppose you're referring to Uncle Matty?
Uncle Matty.
Mr. Madison, my father's best friend. No matter what you've heard, he left me in a sure job so Mother Winthrop and I would have some security. Surely you don't believe.
That's what I'm trying to say. And why do you think people start these rumors?
Never mind this. Jealousy. Jealousy mostly, I guess.
And jealousy is what starts rumors about traveling salesmen. Now, what have you heard?
Oh, nothing about you personally, just generally.
Well, what have you heard generally?
Just that, and it stands to reason that disappointment and jealousy can lead to, I mean, take you for instance, and your attentions to customers and, well, teachers might easily be misinterpreted. I mean, how honestly might they?
Why?
And so you say if another salesman or somebody were to be jealous, they could be downright lies now, couldn't they?
What could?
Rumors and things.
Of course.
And it just proves that you should never believe everything you hear. You discuss things and...
Miss Miriam, I'd be delighted to discuss anything in the world with you, but couldn't we do it sitting down? You do sit, your knees bend and all.
We could sit in the parlor.
You could also sit on a large hollow log over the footbridge.
I couldn't think of it. I've never been to the footbridge with a man in my life.
Just to talk.
I've got to get ready for the sociable.
Meet me there in 15 minutes.
Please, maybe tomorrow.
My dear little librarian, I love after tomorrow's going to find you collected nothing but a lot of empty yesterdays. I'd like to make today worth remembering.
So now,
The footbridge. 15 minutes.
15 minutes. Mama! What? I just told Professor Hill I'd meet him at the footbridge in 15 minutes.
Glory be in the saints be praised, it works.
What works?
I've been using the think system on you from the parlor.
Greg, uniforms arrived and the kids are in them already. If they show up at the sociable, the parents will be screaming for music.
Yeah?
Here's most of the dough. I got time to collect it. He's pretending to hold a practice over at the lumberyard.
Time's the freight go.
9:40 from the junction.
Well, it's only 8:30.
Look, if you want to turtle around and get yourself caught in a bunny trap, you go ahead. Look,
I'll meet you at the hotel in plenty of time. Miss Marion, you're late.
But you said 15 minutes.
Well, I'd say you're about 26 years late. Took you all this time to get to the footbridge for the fellow?
You must know the truth. It was almost longer.
Oh.
Halfway here, I nearly turned back. I suppose I'm not the first to find it hard to think clearly under the spell of your salesmanship.
Now, surely you don't think I've been selling you anything?
Oh, no, you've given me something. That's why I decided to come.
I don't recall giving you anything.
Oh, yes, you have something wonderful. That's why I came and I'm glad. Oh, please don't think that I expect too much more from you. I know a traveling salesman can't always stay put. There have been many ports of call and there will be many more, but that's no reason for me not to be grateful for what you've left behind for me.
Marion,
There were bells on the hill, but I never heard them ringing. No, I never heard them at all till there was you.
There was love all around, but I never heard it singing. No, I never heard it at all till there was you.
Marion, there's a lot you don't know about me.
Right.
Pardon me, I'm expecting a cable from Hector Berlioz. This could be it.
Now what? Who's a salesman here? Looks like she's selling your body.
You're crazy. I didn't know I was going to be able to leave tonight. I had to keep her off balance.
Now she's off balance. You can't tell from catboat in a hurricane.
Listen here, Buster Brown. I've climbed the ranks on this skirmish. I'm not resigning without my commission.
You can't get anywhere around here in the footbridge.
Over by the picnic park, make this place look like the old lady home. Now beat it. Now, where were we?
You're about to tell me something I don't know about too?
Well, we don't have to go into that just now, do we?
No, we don't. Wherever for that yard of Lion Harold. The librarian hasn't felt much like doing research lately, but she did plenty when he first came here.
About what?
About Professor Harold Hill, Gary Conservatory of Music, Gold Medal class, not 5. Harold, there was no Gary Conservatory, not 5.
Why, there certainly was.
The town wasn't even built for lots of social.
You knew this whole time?
Since July 7th, 3 days after you came here, I tore this page of the Indiana Journal. It was originally intended to use against you, but I give it to you on the front.
If you knew, then why didn't you? Why, you little... Well, 110 cornets played the air. Then I modestly took my place as the one and only bass, and I oombaed up and down the square.
Good night, my someone. Good night, my love.
With 110 cornets right behind.
Our star is shining its brightest light.
There were horns of every shape and sweet dreams be yours, dear, if dreams there be.
While 110 cornets played the air.
I wish I may, and I wish I might. Now good night, my someone, good night.
Right. This guy's crazy. He's been going all around town spilling everything.
Oh, say I'm crazy. I missed my train, probably lost my job, but I got you now, Hill, and you'll pay. You'd been in the clique if it hadn't been for that piano teacher. I told her all about you. What does she do? Well, the gags me around till he couldn't get the shin. That little crying up man, hungry ducks around here. Biscuit, get out of here, I'll kill you, you loud mouth bully. You big blow off. I'll stay in this town till you get yours up, down, through, and sideways. Why? You never knew the territory. that you're being swindled out of your eye teeth right now, this minute. There's a burglar in the bedroom, and you're fiddling in the parlor. I'm talking about Harold Hill, road agent, highwayman, pickpocket.
Pickpocket.
Same thing. He has hand in your wallet, mister, your wallet, miss, and yours, little missy, ever since he came into this town. There's more documented evidence than you'll ever read. There isn't any band, there never has been any band, and there never will be any band. And if you don't chase him down like a mad dog, there won't be any Harold Hill either. He'll be on the next train out of town.
Now you all believe me.
Well, what are we waiting for?
I want my money back.
Money back, I want this high!
After him, and when you find him, bring him to the museum. After him. Check him over. Down in the creek. Out by the mill. Back in the privy.
Marion, I've been looking all over for you. Where have you been?
Harold, I've been looking for Winthrop. He's run away. Please, Harold, please go. They've been talking about tar and feathers.
I'm glad to see you, Marion.
Oh, don't only a word, not a word. Please, go.
Off the bank. He's not around here. I'm gonna go check down by the creek.
Brooke,
Hold on a minute, son.
Now you're fun. Let me go.
Not till I talk to you.
I won't listen. You wouldn't tell the truth anyway.
Would to.
Would not.
Would to. I'll tell you anything you want to know.
Can you lead a band?
No.
Are you a big liar?
Yes.
Are you a dirty rotten crook?
Yes.
Let me go, you big liar.
Now just a minute, you wanted the truth, didn't you? No, I'm bigger and you were going to stand here and get it all, so might as well quit wiggling. There are two things you're entitled to know. First, I think you're a wonderful kid. I thought so from the start. That's why I wanted you in the band, so you quit moping around feeling sorry for yourself.
What band?
I always think there's band, kid.
What's the other thing you're hiding now?
Well, I'll let it think of it. But other things, none of your business.
I wish you never come here and say.
no, you don't, Winthrop.
Sister, you believe him?
I believe everything he ever said.
But he promised us.
I know what he promised us. It all came true. The lights, the colors, and the symbols.
Where was all that?
And the way that every kid acted this summer and talked, especially you. Does Mama wish she'd never come to River City?
Well, you do, don't you?
No, I don't, Winthrop. Now please, Harold, go.
Go on, Professor.
I can't go, Winthrop.
Why not?
For the first time in my life, I got my foot caught in the door. There was love all around, but I never heard it singing. No, I never heard it at all, till there was...
Great, great. They're here. That way, that way.
Go on, Professor. That way, that way.
Which is why I interrupted the program at this point. Rest assured, this snake in our bosom would have been misapprehended by this time. And I hope you all remember, River citizens, I can only remind you that I have done everything in my power to prevent this dire happening from happening.
What have you done to get our money back?
That professor collected nearly $300 in your uniforms. Just die!
We haven't even seen them uniforms yet.
Be slippery, I told you.
I haven't seen uniforms or my boy.
He's a kidnapper.
Fourscore! Now, just a moment, virtue has triumphed. The sword of retribution has cut down Professor Harold Hill. And if there are those, as I've heard, who are melting tar and collecting feathers, I will not say the name.
Well, I should think there ought to be some of you who could forget our everlasting, I was never chip on the shoulder arrogance long enough to remember River
city before Harold had arrived. Do you remember? Well, do you? Surely some of you ought to be grateful for what he's brought to River City. And if so, I should think you'd want to admit it.
You're wasting a great deal of time here. If there's anyone in this hall who doesn't think that this man Hill should be tarred and feathered, let them step forward. You ladies sit down. And the rest of you standing there like a coat of Shropshire sheep. Have you all forgotten how you purchase expensive band instruments, technical instruction books, high-priced band uniforms? Have you all forgotten the clear understanding and warranty that your kids will be taught to be playing a band? Well, where's the band? Where's the band?
Think, man. Think.
That's my Barney! That tooth is my Barney! Eddie! That's Eddie's clarinet! Linus! Play to me, son! Play to me! Davy! My Davy!
Mrs. Carew, that's Winthrop.